Hi guys, I'm at the Wyong Field Day, amateur radio field day, about an hour north of Sydney. Missed it for the last couple of years, thought I'd come check it out. Even though I'm not an amateur radio guy, lots of cool stuff here. Let's go. And as you can see, the event is held at the Wyong racecourse. Well, not actually on the racecourse, but as part of the facility there. And you can see that it's been a lot of rain here in the last couple of days. The almost turned the inside of the racetrack there into a lake. Check it out. So yeah, I don't think Dick Smith's going to turn up and land his helicopter in the middle of the racecourse today. We'll see. So unfortunately, the massive amount of rain in the last 48 hours is going to keep a lot of people away from coming here and opening up their car boot sales. But well, you can't have it all, folks. And here we are in the event. Ta-da, with the obligatory bar, and looks like they've got some sort of, that's probably slow scan television would be my guess. Really old school video camera hooked up to some old school gear, driven by some old school guys. So yeah, slow scan amateur TV. And of course, one of the good things about the field day is the open boot car sales, so let's go check them out. And looks like we have an Alfred Sweet Oscillator model 650. Never seen it before. Never heard of an Alfred. A Singer oscillator. Really old school stuff. A microdyne tracking down converter. Beautiful. Don't know what they want for all this stuff, but and we've got a Mittag Inc. Hansat up converter. There we go. Ah, beautiful high frequency rigid coax stuff in there. It's all happening. And of course the obligatory drinks. Transceivers. We've got an ICOM receiver. That's an IC1271. Oh, and we've got an Anritsu Spectrum Analyzer. Beautiful. Wonder what he wants for that. Oh, 25 gig. $2,000. There you go. Don't know what vintage that one is. Probably late, no, early 80s, I'd be guessing. More ICOM receivers. Digital instant recall recorder. Ancient. Yeah, replaced by MP3 stuff. Alright. Please excuse the audio today. The wind may play havoc. I need to get one of those dead cats. And we've got some really old Icon, huge Icon receivers there. Ah, sold, are they? Ah, bummer. Alright, somebody's already nabbed those. And we've got a Kenwood.
940.
How much would something like the 940 be worth there?
That's $800.
800 bucks.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yeah, 536.
And crappy old power supply. But yeah, just straight out of the boot. Literally, folks, out of the back of the ute. Beautiful. Oh, look what we got. We got Mal.
Hello, Dave. How you going? Good to see you.
Good, mate. What are you doing here?
Well, annual pilgrimage to Wyong, of course.
Of course.
It's the best. Well, it's the only junk fest in New South Wales that I know of.
Yeah. Well, in the Southern Hemisphere, isn't it?
Well, probably.
Yeah.
Well, it used to be the largest in the Southern Hemisphere, anyway.
Right. So, do you reckon old tricky Dick Smith's going to fly his helicopter in today?
I don't know. They might not let him land on the infield. It's been raining all night.
Yeah, it's been raining. It's terrible here.
He used to fly in every year. I don't know if he will this year.
Right. Well, how have you been here long?
Oh, I left home at 5:45 this morning.
Oh, keen.
So, yeah, pretty keen. The car boot sale area here is a bit sparse. The weather's kept people away.
Yeah, but it's been raining cats and dogs here, folks. So,
but it's fined up.
No?
And a few little
Good.
bargains to be had.
Yep.
Ratted through some of the J-car stuff and
Right.
got some dodgy test gear to see if I can fix.
Fantastic.
I'm sure you'll find some teardown stuff here as well.
Possibly might find some teardown material. We'll see how it goes. I've been under instruction from She Who Must Be Obeyed not to bring anything home. But
Oh, okay.
yep. Oh, I see an LED. Look.
Go ahead.
LED sign over there. Right. Okay.
It's the 42 times,
From
which is
Ericsson, by the looks
the
of
one
it.
below it.
Full
is
colour
26
graphics,
times.
folks.
This one's got the 42 times. And out of those,
People just ratting through parts. There's an old Heiko fume extractor. I don't know what's in the middle box. Precision current transformer. Beautiful. 60 amps. And here we are in the undercover part of the pavilion, the main part of the pavilion. As you can see, it's absolutely pumping. It's packed. So let's go check out some stuff in here. Well, no doubt, well, here's the AR New South Wales Homebrew Group. We'll have some homebrew electronics. That's a direct conversion receiver. There you go, 3.5 meg. Just made on homebrew PCB. We've got a balance modulator. RF SIGGEN. There we go.
And you don't have to wear a mask.
And a 4-digit Decatron display.
I've got to wait for the 1 o'clock.
Unfortunately, not powered up, but it'd be very nice if it was.
Oh, okay, that's fine, Peter.
And we have ourselves a homebrew, the 25 amp linear power supply. Homebrew chassis, very nice work. And we have a 30 metre transceiver. Very nice. And a homebrew CW transmitter, which looks pretty plain on the top here, but ta-da, there it is. And can we have a peek underneath? Oh yeah, look at that, folks. Beautiful work. Lots of tag board stuff. Excellent, well done. And another 40 metre transceiver. Excellent, well done. Let's have a look over here. We've got Andrews Communications. Looks like just a whole bunch of commercial transceivers and things like that, mostly. $17.50 for these Yazoo transceivers. $3,200. Oh, cheap at twice the price. Well, if you're into your Yazoo transceivers, I'm sure it is. And yes, folks, they are, you know, the age group here is predominantly, you know, not young, but there are a surprising number of, you know, relatively young people here. Now we have antenna manufacturers. They're all in attendance, and we have some more homebrew stuff, folks. But obviously I've got to get through the crowd here because pretty popular. So let's check it out. Oh, they've got themselves a rubidium, probably, atomic clock. So I presume it's a rubidium.
it includes 50% recycled content.
And I have no idea what that is.
475 kilohertz.
What is it?
It's a 475 kilohertz transmitter.
Right, nice hand-wound coils.
All of them. Built by
Low frequency transmitter, 135 to 137 kilohertz. That's very nice.
I built this and that. This.
Another 136 kilohertz transistor. That looks, you know, fairly. That looks like a commercial kit. And Genesis radio, and it's a software-defined radio kit. So SDR.
Oh, it's huge.
Up to
Not a
6
big.
meters.
Efficiency of mine 10 is about
Beautiful.
1%. So let's see.
And there's a homebrew die-cast box. Some nice,
Usually 50 watts.
very nice
Usually
work going on in
50
there.
Yes. But
Excellent. And we've got test gear, folks. Got some old Philips PM 3070 scopes, love them. Alright, and they're faulty though, unfortunately. What a bummer. And oh, a HP 332 distortion analyzer. Wow, I think I used one of those way back. And a Wandel and Golterman spectrum analyzer, 26 gig. Beautiful, not sure if it works. And Hung Chang oscilloscopes. Classic rebadged 1980s phase meter. Beautiful. More Hung Chang scopes straight out of the Tayson universities here, and another PM 3065 Philips scope. And an IFR. Never heard of it. 2.7 gig spectrum analyzer. $1,500 a pop. You're on. And of course JCar Electronics are in attendance, and they're got some really big ass speakers here. And it looks like they've got a whole bunch of junked backup UPS power supplies, so they're not just flogging new gear, they're flogging a whole bunch of, wow, inverters, a whole ton of them. And $30 for massive speakers. They're probably doing a roaring trade on those. The crowds were much larger before in the morning, folks, so it has sort of, there's a couple of local constabulary. And yeah, the crowds were much larger in the morning. Seems to have petered out a bit. It is, I guess it's past morning tea time. A lot of people come here early for the boot sales. The boot sales start up really well. Whoa! Check out this linear power amplifier from Mtron. DX2SP. What an absolute beast. Woo! That, folks, is some serious power happening there. Look at that transformer. Absolute monster. That's bigger than my hand, folks. That is absolutely huge. Got another one over here. This one's even bigger again. This is the 3SP. Absolutely enormous HF linear power amplifier. So, wow. And only $5,000. Bargain, 4,000 watts CW. So I have no idea what sort of license you need to transmit 4 kilowatts, but geez, that's serious. And here's the little baby of the group, the 1SP. And there's the transformer out of it. They've just lifted that straight out there. And they are, folks, made in Australia, not Austria. There you go, from Mtron. And there's the transformer missing out of that one. But, these are a beautiful piece of work, they really are. Let's have a look. What does it say? This man makes the meanest amplifiers in the world. And does he look mean, folks? No, he's a puppy dog. Good on you, Rudy. Oh, hang on. The hammer. Oh, the DX4. Excellent. Some young fellas have just scored some ancient, crusty valve-based thing. Beautiful. On you, fellas. And we have test gear as far as the eye can see. Look at that. We've got a Tech 2235, $300. They're all working. 2465 at $680. Relatively expensive here in Australia, of course. And the 2465B, beautiful, beautiful scope for $850. That one looks in very good nick. I like it. And a 2252 at $600. TDS 430, and nobody really likes the TDS 400 series, I don't think. And there's a TDS 3000, 500 megahertz, so what, 3200 for that. And there's the classic TDS 220, still around. Old HP function gen. Well, actually, that's not one of the old ones. That's one of the relatively new model LCD ones, so not too bad at all. $250. That's an audio one. It only goes to 600 kilohertz, but fairly low distortion. And Roden Schwartz gear. This is an absolute beast at $13.50. It's calibrated to 500 megahertz, so it says. Radio communications tested to 1 gig. And we've got a HP 8563A RS spectrum analyzer, $4,000. These things don't come cheap. Bit cheaper, you can get a 1.8 gig for $1,500. We've got an IFR 2.7 spectrum analyzer, and they make a matching 10 kilohertz to 2.7 gig signal gen as well. And they want $18.50 for that BC. And a Wandel and Golderman RS spectrum analyzer. Great stuff. And we have a Fluke 45 multimeter. That's not a bad price actually in Australia, $180. Philips frequency counter, $75, good price. And the old Keithley, $197. And they only want a lousy $100 for it. And scope meter, 400 Fluke 99B scope meter at Series 2 that's 100 meg scope. That's actually not badly priced at all. We've got a Tektronix 6015 high volt probe. Look at that. Beautiful, 40 kilovolt. Excellent. And some Fluke high voltage probes. And some multimeter leads. And then we've got ICOM. They're in attendance, of course. They're flogging all of their wares. Solid state amp, fully automatic linear amplifier, 50 megahertz. Look at that. That looks pretty sexy. I like that. Completely solid state, of course. And this one has a clear top on it, just for our edification. We don't even need to tear it down. There it is, folks. Check out the relays in there. Massive number of Finder brand relays. Never heard of them. And they are an RF relay. I can only presume, but that is a very interesting bit of kit. Linear amplifier, 1.8 to 50 megahertz solid state linear amp. And antenna rotator. And there's the rotator hardware. Beautiful piece of aluminium there, folks. And then we get into some of the ICOM transceivers. And there's a base transceiver, ICOM IC 9100. Pretty much, you know, one of the top of the range. And some keys, of course. Gotta love the keys. Sorry, folks, I don't know my Morse. And antenna analyzers. And there you go. That is the ICOM stand. And I'm here at the Kurrajong Radio Museum, folks, and I will endeavour to talk to Ian O'Toole over there, who is the curator of the Kurrajong Radio Museum, just on the just in the west of Sydney, and I will endeavour to go there and do a vlog. So, but check out all the vintage comms gear he's got here, military stuff, no doubt, but fantastic vintage stuff. And there's the original radio, television and hobbies. January, oh no, it's not, well, it's 1946 anyway, cost $6D. And I'm sure all the vintage radio enthusiasts are drooling over this stuff. Check out that old scope, that is ancient. Just walking around, no worries. Got one of those military radios hanging over the shoulder. Beautiful stuff. There he is, tweaking one of his, looks like a reel-to-reel, a Nagra TVR tape recorder. And look who I've ran into, Gavin from Sydney Hackerspace. You've seen him on the videos before. How you doing, Gav?
Pretty good.
You've just turned up?
I've just turned up. I came very late today, so I may have missed a lot of the bargains and things.
Right, yeah. I think all the car booths are closed.
Yeah.
Bummer. And you've been coming to this every year?
Every year since high school, I think. So,
Since high school.
and I don't really come from an amateur radio background, so but occasionally you'll find some little bargains here, and it's fantastic. So
He's a true nerd, he's just here to scrounge, that's it.
I got a great load of Geiger counters a couple of years ago, and a couple of high voltage laser tubes. They glow. You hit them with high voltage, they glow this gorgeous orange colour. You can see the plasma arcing through it. It's
Beautiful. Well, I hope you pick up some cool stuff this year.
have a good one.
All right. And he's making a mobile phone call, folks. Beautiful. As you do, very old school. None of this new mobile phone rubbish. Fantastic.